Hey beautiful people, today I'm going to show you some tips and tricks on how to achieve the best privacy for your computer related needs or your Android needs. This will work. So let's just get started. So today, first we're going to mention obviously Google Chrome, which is the most used browsers of all time. So firstly we'll talk about some tips and tricks related to Google Chrome itself. When I open Google Chrome, you'll see that it opened in incognito. Right, so like in order to achieve this, since we all want to use incognito and we don't want the data shit to happen, well, since cookies and data all are quite capable of tracking you, in order to get rid of that, there's a simple trick. Let me tell you one thing, this will not give you privacy whatsoever, but this will, since incognito is also kind of not secure, but if you want to use Google Chrome and not the alternatives, then yeah, this solution is for you. You just go ahead with the solution, which is go to properties on the desktop, then dash incognito, and it will always open in incognito. You can use this code as well if you want to clear out any pop-ups that are there that are related to any extensions, because the pop-ups will be there once you use this. So now what you're gonna do is you're gonna open Google Chrome. It's incognito. Another extension I'll recommend you here by itself is, there are two extensions for privacy, three actually. One is you can use this if you want to spoof your OS, and directly you can spoof it from here, iOS, Android. I'll mention it over here. These are the three extensions I'm gonna tell you, which are for YouTube. As we all know, there's sponsor block, which will block on the sponsors. This is very important for YouTube. Another one, there's auto HD, which will always change it to HD without any hassle. Another thing for ultimate privacy, as excluding YouTube, we'll talk about here is DuckDuckGo. If by chance you don't want to use DuckDuckGo as a browser or as a search engine even, then I suggest go for this. This will also help you in terms of killing all the trackers. Not all the trackers, but this will kill some amount of trackers in your browsing habits while you're browsing the internet. So I cannot guarantee anything. You're not obviously not safe when you're using Google Chrome, but like that's the point. That's the point that you switch to another browser. But anyways, that was Google Chrome. Another extension was User Agent Switcher. If you want to spoof web navigation, you can just easily use this. As I showed you here, you can easily spoof. And in case you use a VPN, you're in luck, because there's an extension called Vital. This spoofs your time zone, and the best part is it can match with your IP address. I suggest using this match IP address section if you're using a VPN, which you should. It does not change your IP address, but you will need a VPN or proxy for this. It can only change your GPS coordinates though. If you're not using a VPN and you're changing your GPS coordinates, that can also work. But I suggest using VPN nonetheless. This will also, a VPN does not, the thing is, VPN does not change your GPS coordinates. If you're using a GPS related website, suppose if you use a VPN and then you go to gpscoordinates.net, then it will show you your current coordinates, where if you're suppose in Delhi, India, it will show you Delhi, India. And if you're using a VPN, even if you're using a VPN of Austria or Romania, whatever. So that's why this one is recommended. I'll hide my IP address, that's not a problem. Now, these were the three extensions that will work pretty good in Google Chrome. Now comes, if you don't want to use Google Chrome at all and you want to switch from Google, you want to de-Google yourself entirely, then I suggest use another browser, which is DuckDuckGo. As I mentioned DuckDuckGo earlier, you have an extension. Now here it is a browser. Here it is a good browser. Here, as you can see, I have browsed YouTube recently and 17 trackers were already blocked. You can even browse YouTube with this, and but the con is that when you're browsing YouTube, it will open up a DuckDuck player to watch YouTube videos, and you'll still get ads. It does not block YouTube ads in general, but it will block ads only when you're using the Duck player. Okay, so keep that in mind. Now this was the first option for privacy. Google Chrome, let's just exclude that because it's not for privacy. Now, another top-notch option, I would say, which comes on the top of the list, which can also help in daily browsing, which is Brave browser. It also has another 2 browsers of its own, like the company has created 3 browsers by itself: Brave Nightly, Brave Beta, and Brave. I suggest using the main Brave one, but you can also have 2 other browsers for Brave itself, and you can sign in different accounts and all. Now this is also supporting extensions. As you know, extensions are bad for privacy, so let's just keep that in mind. But the thing is, it will block YouTube ads by default. When you're browsing youtube.com, the shield will automatically be activated and every ad that you see is blocked. But suppose you want to customize your website itself, then you're gonna have to use AdGuard. That's an ad blocker, which is very, very cool because it can block certain browser elements. Suppose you don't want to see YouTube comments, you can easily block YouTube comments using some extensions, and that's AdGuard right there. I suggest the software, not using AdGuard extension. You're gonna have to purchase the software, but there's a lifetime subscription for that. I'm not promoting any purchase over here, and neither AdGuard is paying me. It's just AdGuard is a pretty good software because I use it myself. Now comes another browser which is not for your daily browsing needs, but it's if you want to look for privacy, more privacy is equals to some sacrifices. Here comes Tor browser. It does not only, if you use Tor browser with a VPN, you're pretty secure, but as for ultimate privacy, we'll talk about that later. Now, when you connect to Tor, it will take you through various circuits. I have just turned on AdGuard. As you can see, this is the interface. This is Tor browser connecting, and this is open source, as we all know. But here comes the catch. Tor browser is only secure if you use it with the most secure habits. Obviously, your browser fingerprint and all, they can easily be tracked because you're using a Microsoft OS, right, which is Windows. Now, as you all know about Tor browser by now, so I'm just gonna skip it. See, for daily browsing needs, Tor browser will not work. What's the thing that we can do, and how do we do it? Like, there are some browsing habits that you need to change. Like, so for example, if you don't want any sacrifice in your privacy at all or security, then I suggest completely switch your OS from Microsoft, because Microsoft in general will take away your privacy and security. It's not a secure operating system like everybody tells you to. Like everybody tells you that it's a secure operating system, it's not. Like, if you want ultimate privacy and security, secure, sure, that is I'm still skeptical about it. But like, if you want ultimate privacy, I suggest a few OS. Like, I'm not gonna suggest those basic Linux systems, Ubuntu. Those are secure too, but the OS that are made for privacy and security, here they are. Tails.net. Let's talk about that first. This is a OS that is made by Tor itself. This is the first portable operating system that protects you against surveillance and censorship itself. So as soon as you remove the USB, you're gonna install this in USB, and that's the way it is the most secure. Once it is done, you can use for USB sticks. That's the best way. And it also keeps a persistent storage. When you're there, you can even download and use stuff in Tails itself. It will work like a normal operating system does, right? So now this is pretty secure because it is like, it blocks all fingerprinting and everything. This works as a ultimate security and privacy operating system, but it is portable. Now, if you don't want a portable operating system that destroys every data once you take out the USB, I got another solution for you, which is Cubes. There's another operating system which is called Cubes, and you can use that pretty well. Once you go to cubesos.org, I'll tell you more about it. Like, you open this up, and as they say on the big title itself, a reasonably secure operating system, and it is. But if you use it with the Unix, as they promise a lot of superior internet privacy, which is there as compared to, if you compare it with Google, we are not sure, since it's open source. Anything that's open source is very risky. But as I said, if you compare it with Google or Microsoft, this is a much prettier option, and they are promising maximum anonymity and security, and as handy as an app. And most of all, it works as a virtual machine. It is a virtual machine based operating system, which makes it even more secure because it's in a confined space where it's working and operating. So I suggest use Cubes OS, and on top of that you're going to install Unix, because Unix does not work otherwise. Like, Unix can work in Windows itself. If you want to use that, you can, but as the Unix people say, Cubes and Unix is a seamless combination of Cubes OS and Unix for advanced security and anonymity. So if you're looking for something called anonymity and advanced security, as I said, then Cubes and Unix is for you. And this is not just coming from me, it is coming from top-notch people like Edward Snowden also, and he mentioned in one tweet that since he's known for better privacy and security needs, as I saw this video, he's known to promote the privacy and security for this.
In former national
So we just skip to the part. This is Debian.
Integrity of the entire system.
So if you want to keep the integrity of the entire system intact and want ultimate privacy and security, go for Cubes and Unix. I saw the tweet somewhere, now I can't find it, but here it is. Let me check. Snowden Cubes. If you see at his top 5 favorite security tools over here, there's Tor, obviously Tails, as I mentioned. Tails of OS is the best. Tails Cubes OS, as I just mentioned. Cubes and a Unix template. So that's all for this video, guys. And if you want ultimate privacy and security, I suggest you switch from Microsoft Windows to another. It's easier said than done because Microsoft has all most softwares, all productivity related softwares, but well, there's that. If you want ultimate privacy and security, you're gonna have to switch it. But obviously do nothing illegal, but if you want privacy, I suggest switch ASAP, because when you know the reality of things when it comes to privacy, Google, Microsoft, these services won't really help you. No grudge against them, it's just for privacy, just notifying you about these things. Best of luck, guys, and take care of yourself. Goodbye.